Well, guys, I'm running out of ideas. Now, before we start this, first I want you to like and subscribe. I'm not forcing you, this is optional. I don't care if you don't want to or not, but I just will like you less if you don't. Now, you're probably looking around saying, where's the collection? But hold on, hold your horses. We're getting to that part of the video in a minute. I just need to cover some rules. First rule, I'm only doing Bendy, Cuphead, Fnaf, and Mario plushies. I'm not doing anything outside, or I'm doing all my plushies because we would be here for a long time. So, without further ado, let's go into this bootleg transition I just thought of. Now, let's start out with the Mario section of the plush collection, because it's the least interesting in my opinion, and it's the smallest besides the Cuphead one, but it's only the second smallest because the Cuphead one, I don't have all the plushies for that, so that's why. But we're going to start with Mario, and this is actually, I don't know what brand this plushie is. I do realize it is a bath toy, and it's not actually supposed to be like, you know, for like just individual plush by itself. It's mixed in with a Mario bath towel, and I ripped off the tag on it for like a long time ago. Now, why did I decide to use this Mario instead of that Mario? Well, two reasons. One, I lost a hat to that Mario, and I was gonna buy another one, but I just found this one during the process of me trying to look for the hat, so yeah, it wasn't even worth trying to find it. And the second reason, I just feel like it's better to hold than the actual like official one. At least in my opinion. Like, if you're looking for Mario plushie, then I would recommend this, but this is probably pretty rare and not many people are gonna like it. But hey, it doesn't lose the hat, and it's a pretty decent looking plushie. Next we have Luigi, or Luigi for short. Now, this one is the same brand as another plushie coming up soon, and I'm doing the main characters first for the Mario series, but yeah, nothing really interesting about it. The only interesting thing I have to say is that when I was younger, I did stick like Luigi's hand in some wax, and that kind of messed up Luigi's glove, so it kind of looked like Luigi had blood on himself. But yeah, besides that, nothing really special about Luigi. Next we have is Junior and Bowser. Why am I combining both of these together? Because they're both not that interesting to talk about, because they're literally just official plushies. Yay. Speaking of which, the Mario All-Stars plush, I think that's what it is. I don't know, they all kind of look the same. But yeah, I already told you that I was missing the hat, and I did actually use this plushie in a couple of my older videos. If you would, I would recommend you to check it out, but if you really want to cringe that hard, then yeah. But yeah, I used them in a couple of older my videos, and in my opinion, I do feel like this one looks better, like genuinely, but this one just feels better, and you know, it has the hat, so it's not as distracting. I know people who don't use the hat for their Mario plushies, like Ugly Mario Bros, I think, but I don't know, I'm just not a big fan with Mario without his hat. It just looks weird. He looks like he's middle-aged. Well, I mean, he kind of is. Next, we got Waluigi. Yes, I know, 10 out of 10 Waluigi voice. Same deal with these guys. He's the official All-Stars, I think. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, I think they're called All-Stars Mario plushies. And he's the official one. I cut off the tag. I got it from Target. And I think it was like the first like official Mario plushie I got. And then I got that Mario, and then I started getting like Bowser and Junior. I don't know about this Toad over here. I gotta still check that out. But yeah, Waluigi. And finally, well, second to finally, we got Fire Mario. I was planning to make a video based on Mario getting a fire power because I was stupid. Like, how am I gonna make a video off of that? But yeah, he's actually the same brand as this Luigi, I'm pretty sure, because they had the same like stitching and like, you know, overall design, literally. But yeah, nothing special about this guy either, besides the fact that he's the same plushie as that one. And I don't know, Fire Mario is cool. Move on to the last Mario plushie. Now, before we end off the Mario section, I do have to say that I might actually get another Mario plush, which is the Paratroopa, and I do have a Blue Shell plush, but that is currently missing right now. So yeah, but who cares about that? Next we got is Toad. Kind of a anticlimactic way to end, but he's Toad. Yeah, nothing special about this guy except for the fact that he's like one of the first Mario plushies I ever got. Cool. Well, what's the next section we're moving on to? Cuphead, because that's technically the smallest section in this video. Now, we move on to taking up a little bit more of the couch. Ah, yes, my main character of my main series, Cuphead. Interesting fact, he used to have a straw, but it got taken off because it's a bootleg plushie, and the stitching is absolutely terrible. Next is Mugman, who, without the jacket, is just the regular Mugman plushie. I just decided to put the jacket on because 1, it fit him, 2, it looked cool, and 3, because I posted that one time. So yeah, that kind of just became his base design in my series. Interesting fact, again, he actually used to have a tail before I cut it off because it looked weird. But yep, there's Mugman. These next 2 are just bootleg plushies that I used in a one-off video, and I'm probably never going to use them again unless I use a stunt double. But that's bootleg or fake Cuphead, or bootleg or fake Mugman. Nothing special about these guys. I got them from Christmas because I wanted a second Cuphead and Mugman. Because I wanted them, because I thought that I would get a better one than these. But these guys look absolutely terrible, so I just decided to use them as stunt doubles or fakes. Anyways, next is Cagney Carnation, and cool. I got nothing else to say about him besides the fact I like his boss fight. And then finally, we have the siblings. This devil is a bootleg, I could definitely tell for sure, because this one I actually got from a GameStop, so I know this is pretty much official, like 100%. And I ordered another devil plush because I lost this one. You can really tell that's a recurring thing with all my plushies. I lost that one, so I wanted another one so I could, you know, keep putting the devil in my videos. And even then, when I found both of them, I barely even put them on videos. Last time I put them in one was like last year. But yeah, nothing special about these guys either, besides the fact that one's bootleg and one's fake. And one was Bendy's cousin or teenager or whatever or something. Alright, Bendy section. Now we move from the small lunch and we move on to the appetizers. No, not that side. This side. The side of forgotten and basically background characters. Oh boy, don't I got a lot of history to talk about with these guys. Which is why I'll get it out of the way first, because I know you guys are not going to want to listen to me yap for 5 minutes. So, this is an official Bendy plush, but his neck got broken, and I cut off his tie. And that's kind of it. I really still love this plushie. It's still usable to this day, because even with the stitched neck, it's not even that bad, because, like, he still feels like the official Bendy plush. But forget that. The history between this Bendy and that Boris back there, I'll just get him too. These 2 were the first characters introduced in my series. They were the first designs of the future Bendy and Boris, and they have pretty much been around since the beginning. I have switched and swapped over. I've used a different Bendy to a different Boris. I've used a different Boris to a different Bendy. And it was a time where I actually used this Boris in the videos, but I had him tagged along with this Bendy, and then I switched back to this Bendy, but then had this Boris. I know it's very confusing. And I still love these plushies to my heart. They still are really good. The only problem I have with Boris is that his neck is really aggravating, because you gotta hold his head like this, and like, hey Bendy, what do you want to talk about today? And that's really aggravating because like his neck is really loose, so it could just fall back all at once. And trying to stand him up is a real pain in the neck. No joke intended. Next we have is Alice Angel. Yeah, Alice Angel. They didn't hear that, right? Good. jokes aside, Alice is probably the least interesting out of this whole group because she's just a Heavenly Toy plushie, which there is another one that I have, which his name is Bendy. But there's no point of bringing him out really because one, he's getting clean right now, so yeah, I can't even use him. And two, because he's just a yellow version of that Bendy, and if you ever played the Bendy games and you know the Heavenly Toy plushies, get out of here, woman. Now this section is the section where I use most of my characters in my recent videos. Starting off with Sammy because he's the least interesting out of this whole group. Sammy doesn't have his mask with him, and he has this that spot right there. I don't know what the hell that is. But yeah, Sammy. Bendy Senpai, can I get your autograph? That's how he sounds in my series. Don't judge me. Yeah, but all jokes aside, he's not really that interesting. The only reason why he's more interesting than Alice because one, he's a man, and two, it's because he has a mask that can be removed. Well, I removed it surgically because if I had to just tape it on him, that would just be boring, you know, because why not have a little bit of fun with torturing and destroying my plushies? Now get out of here. Also, I was joking about that whole woman part. Women are important. I love all you, woman. Next we have, it's the baby boy, Baby Bendy. And I'm calling him that in my series because there's no canonical name for this Bendy besides literally calling Bendy. And I already have a character in my series named Bendy, so that's kind of stupid for me to actually have two Bendys that don't have the same name. Yep, nothing really interesting about this guy. He's just a cool dude. Cool, small little dude. Realistically, I should have covered these two with Sammy, but I just like these two better, and Sammy's kind of like mid. Anyways, Bendy and Boris. Yep, these are the Silly Vision versions of the plushies, which, in my opinion, are my favorite so far, especially Boris. The only problem I have with Bendy is his arm. I don't know what happened with his arm. His arm just kind of like deflated, and this one's still buff. Which, I mean, it's still good at making videos. Like, it's a really easy way to maneuver his arm during the videos, but it just looks weird when he's kind of like just stationary, not really doing anything. All right, next we got the final and last section. Now, so far, this doesn't look like the biggest plush collection you would see in your days. I've counted, there's only about a total like 29 characters up here. I don't know, you could fix the counting if you want to. So I don't expect the Fnaf section to really add anything interesting, and oh god, dear lord, there's a lot of them. Let's start with the main man himself, and these first 4 plushies are probably going to have the most distinct like stuff because I did change the design overall. Freddy Fazbear. Hey guys, it's me, Freddy Fazbear. But yeah, he didn't look like this before. He was the official Freddy Fazbear plush, and I didn't like how his eyes looked, so I just decided to give him these black circles around his eyes to make him look like his eyes are too small for his head, and gave him these little veiny things to make him look even more creepier. And that was for one video specifically, but obviously I can't take this off without like washing it or smearing it, so I just decided this is his official design now. He's not getting washed again unless he literally gets completely dirty. Next, now we have Bonnie and Chica. These are both bootlegs, but I love these bootlegs because, like, compared to the size of, like, say, Freddy, Freddy is like a kid to Bonnie. But besides that, there's nothing really interesting about these two plushies, besides the fact that they're freaking massive. So next. But yeah, next up is Foxy, and he's also another official plushie, but I converted him into that. But I think I made him a little bit more creepier, because I did give him like red veins, but I also gave him black veins to kind of keep in the same thing. And one of my brothers said they look emo, which is absolutely true, because they definitely look like they listen to Cut My Life into Pieces. And our final character for the FNAF 1 section, Golden Freddy. I think this is a bootleg. I still can't tell, but I'm pretty sure it is because the eyes. But I also give him the same effect as them, but I feel like it works better on him because he kind of already has this effect in game. But yeah, his nose got broken off one time, and that's kind of it. He's one of my favorite plushies to hold. In my opinion, I don't know why. I just like holding his plushie. It really feels good. Pause on that, by the way. Next, is the Fnaf 2 section. Starting with Puppet, but I do want to say the reason why the other plushies are gone is because they kept falling every time I moved like the characters in the back row, so I just decided to move them until I gotta do their section next. But here's Puppet. This is an official Puppet plush. I did buy this from Walmart. His mask got completely stretched out. Yeah, that's kind of it. Might have a lot of importance in the lore, but doesn't have importance in my series. You've caused me so many runs of Fnaf 2. That's why you had the least interesting stuff to talk about. Bootleg Balloon Boy plushie. He's ugly, and this is why I never use my videos. Go die in a fire. Next, we got Toy Bunny. He's another bootleg, and again, nothing special about him. The only thing that's special about him is he looks like he's a, let's just say he's an Ed and Eddie character, mainly Ed, and then put special in front of it. Well, that was the Fnaf 2 section. No missing plushie here. Anyways, Fnaf 3. There literally is only one animatronic like in the game. Yes, I know technically there are more than Springtrap, but who cares about the Phantoms? Anyway, Springtrap, the one who has the most I need to talk about. First of all, his design, I think it looks really good, especially if like the withered look and the blood. It definitely looks better than Funko's version, I'll tell you that. But he has some pretty interesting history. He is a bootleg, I will tell you that. Like, there's no doubt about that. He's a bootleg, but he's a good looking bootleg at least. You know, from angles. But yeah, I did actually have a Springtrap plushie in like one of my older videos, but I lost him and he was pretty much gone forever, so I just decided to get another one, and I like this one better anyway because his eyes actually don't like fall out like this guy's. But yeah, I will eventually plan to use this Springtrap in another video if I ever get a chance to. Yeah. Go kill more kids if you want to. Alright, we're gonna wrap this up quick. We're gonna quickly talk about the Fnaf 4 section because there's nothing really interesting to talk about Jacko Chica, but him. He's missing his nose, by the way. If you couldn't tell, this is one of the most bootleg plushies I have. Like, even stuff like the bootleg Toy Bonnie even looks better than this. This thing absolutely looks horrible. Horrid, disgusting. But that's kind of what I like about it. That's kind of the character of the nightmares. They're supposed to be disgusting, horrid creatures. They're not supposed to be looking cute or anything. So I kind of like this plushie. I still wish I had his nose. He would look better. He wouldn't look like a frog. But yeah, that's kind of it. He looks ugly. His body is really uncomfortable to hold. And his voice does not take him really seriously. I mean, you could look at this guy and you could probably just laugh at his face and he'll cry to his mommy. Oh yeah, Jacko Chica is also pretty cool. Alright guys, now we move on to the most boring section of the video. Maybe besides the last two. But yeah, this is definitely the most boring section. We're starting off with FNAF Sister Location, my least favorite FNAF game, with Circus Baby. She's an official plush. I bought her from a Target, and nothing special about her, so move on. Well, actually, I could give you a little bit of like FNAF knowledge if you never played a FNAF game in your life, which I don't blame you. I really don't. This baby plush is actually used in a FNAF game called Help Wanted, which is going to be one of the sections we're covering, and they used the same plush baby, just made it look even uglier and more annoying than it already is, which makes me want to choke this thing out, but I'm not going to do it, okay? Next up, Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy. There's nothing interesting about them. Well, at least Funtime Foxy. Jesus, that was disgusting. Funtime Freddy can also go into the lineup of... What did I just say at the beginning? Funtime Freddy can also go in the lineup of custom plushies like Springtrap, as I made him look a little bit more lore accurate to how he is in the games, with his opening face plates and weird like joints. I mean, they could be sectioned off as like his feet, his legs, his thighs, or whatever. But yeah, even with that, he's still not interesting, and we'll move on to Pizza Simulator with the least interesting character of all time. With Pizza Sim being my seventh favorite FNAF game, we got the boy El Chip. There's nothing special about him. Okay, now the characters I have something more to talk about than only for 30 seconds. Captain Foxy and Frostbear, but not Captain Foxy. He is still cool though. I mean, I do have a video planned for him. I was gonna upload it in November, but don't worry, I have another video planned for him. But Frostbear is the newest and latest plush in this whole collection, because he was the last plush I got before, you know, Christmas happened, and I got 2 other plushies, but they're not related to any of these franchises up on the top or the bottom. He's a pretty cool plush, pun intended, and I don't know why, but like he kind of smelled like, I don't know, he kind of smelled like fire for a second when I first got him, but he kind of grew over me and smelled nice. I don't know if it's because I was just burning something, which I wasn't, or if I was just hallucinating, which I wasn't. But let's move on to security breach and end this video. Yep, I know it's disappointing. Only 1 character for this section. Oh well, she's not even that interesting of a character either way, so security breach really got the down hand. Is what I would say if my brother didn't decide to purchase Moon, one of my favorite characters in FNAF, because he's played by the awesome Kellen Goff. But yeah, he's actually the only character, well, yeah, he is the only, never mind, he's one of the only characters that I actually never used in a video before. All these characters in the FNAF section I've used in 1 or 2 videos. And yes, that's including this guy. So why the hell was he not in the video? 1, I didn't have a video planned for him. 2, I didn't have a video planned for him. But yeah, we got the final characters. I don't know what's happened with the quality. For some reason, it's kind of getting slower, but whatever. That probably won't have any effect during the editing. But yeah, these guys are definitely not that interesting. Tie-Dye Bonnie, Tie-Dye Freddy, and Blacklight Freddy, they're just recolors of original characters. So let's move on to the final course meal. The one you've all been waiting for. The big boy, the big one, the nuke. Fat Foxy. Now, this guy has a little origin story I want to tell. He was the first FNAF, he was the second FNAF plushie I got. He had an eye patch, but I cut it off, so now he just looks like a Cyclops. But he wasn't originally called Fat Foxy, because I never actually used him in a video. He was just Foxy, until I found the official Foxy. So what was I going to do with this guy? Well, I was obviously going to rebrand him into a whole new character and call him Fat Foxy. Where did I get the name Fat Foxy from? I got it from Johnny Albert. If you ever seen his channel before, please don't. It's kind of cringy, but if you insist, then yeah. But he had a character in the series called Fat Foxy, and he was just, the main joke of that character was that he was a fat foxy and he loved to eat. So I just kind of took that character and just made it a little bit better. So now he doesn't only just eats, he also farts. Oh damn it, he also did that in the other series. Also, before we move on, I kind of want to do a quick little review for this little guy, the Paratroopa. He recently got bought, and he came here after I finished the video, and he's a pretty cool looking plush. Yeah, I like the Paratroopa, and he's going to be in more videos. Yeah, that's kind of all I had to say. But yep, the Paratroopa has his red Koopa shell, red shoes, wings, and yeah. Now, guys, I may have lied to you and say Fat Foxy was the last plushie, but if you were paying attention throughout the video, you saw this guy on the top couch. This guy specifically. He's been here since I started the Mario section, and he has not moved an inch. So, I just decided not to count him, because who honestly cares about him? Like, who cares about a freaking cupcake? Yeah, like, what is happening? Okay, now, Mr. Cupcake, let's get your review. Mr. Cupcake.